Jeremy here for Common Collected. Today we're looking at something super cool. We finally got, the dollar Cybertruck Hot Wheels basic car. And we're going to be comparing it to the $20 RC version and a couple other vehicles as well. The first thing I want to do here is actually get a close look at the RC version, because that's going to be our baseline for comparison for the new dollar version. And the real thing that's, I guess, important to know about the model, other than, of course, that it's an RC, is that it has a one-piece body that's plastic. So there's no diecast at all. Even the base is plastic. And there's no interior. There's no translucent windows or windshield. So there's definitely some room for improvement when we get the dollar version. And I went to a couple Walmarts, a couple Targets, and I just found nothing. Maybe some scraps of an M case, only fantasy model, so I just did not have luck this time around. But Steve, on the other hand, did.
Yeah, I actually did. I got really lucky. I had noticed my Target, which is normally adequately stocked, had begun to have empty pegs, and I showed up one day. It was last week, and I was surprised to find almost all the M case, and sure enough, I found a Cybertruck, and it's the only one I saw. It was the only time I've seen it. I've been to a Target and a couple Walmart since, and it was specifically the one we were looking for. I was excited to find the Mario Kart and the Steamboat Willie, and was surprised to see the Space Jam one, and I found my first ever treasure hunt truck, so that was really exciting for me.
Well, thanks for sending it to me, Steve. It's so cool that I get to have it in my hand finally, thanks to you. And we can open it up and then do a proper comparison here for everyone out there in cyber world, pun intended. Obviously, one of the things that makes this vehicle unique is the fact that it's unpainted. And I'm not a Zamac collector, but everyone who probably buys Zamacs from Walmart knows about the Hot Wheels that come without paint. And one of the things that I think is the most interesting about this model is how it has that really unrefined die-cast texture that's kind of fitting for the Cybertruck if you think of it as like an off-road and rugged vehicle. The dollar version also has like the bigger knobby tires, and it sits higher off the ground. But the RC version, obviously it was plastic, so it doesn't have that texture on the body, but it also has smaller and smooth wheels. So the front wheels are plastic, and the back wheels have like a rubber texture to them, which helps it grip when it's actually working as an RC car. Here, just for comparison, this is the Nissan GTR R35. This is also the Hot Wheels $20 RC version. And again, it has a one-piece plastic body, so no transparent windows or anything. But because I also have the dollar mainline version, which was in the L case this year, we can open that as well, and we can compare them, and we can see what Hot Wheels could have done had they painted it. I think they really could have, if they wanted, painted the body and gave it a silver paint job. You know, looking at the two Nissans next to each other with like the silver paint, it kind of doesn't feel that different than the brushed stainless steel look that they were going for. And they probably could have done that, and in my opinion got like a nicer finish out of it. And here, this is the Back to the Future ID car that you found for me as well, Steve.
I found at the same Target, and I think we were similarly surprised, because wasn't that out of store for months or years, and then just to come across it?
I think so, yeah. It definitely was bizarre when you saw them, I thought.
Yeah, so I don't know if it was a reissue or if it was just, someone found a case in the back. But again, I how much you love Back to the Future, and I had to, as well as collecting diecast, and so I was super glad to find it for you.
And I think the Back to the Future ID car is a great example of how it has that like unpolished texture. And then because I happen to also have the $5 premium version of the Back to the Future DeLorean, we can see what they were able to do with like the rubber tires and then the smooth like polished hood. And I just kind of obviously wish that they could have done that for the Cybertruck. Maybe one day we'll get a $5 premium version of the Cybertruck that could have even real riders and like a smooth, hood. But I think the Back to the Future DeLoreans here show like a real good example of the difference between, I guess, polished and unpolished diecast, and how, I mean, maybe if you collect Zamac, you really like that look. It does feel a little bit more like rugged and off-road, and the Cybertruck being, I guess, an SUV, it does kind of, like, the rugged look does fit for it, but it also, you know, it doesn't look like it's new off the assembly line. I think it really would have needed to be polished, you know, for that effect.
Especially as like a presentation piece, it seems like Mr. Musk is presenting it and showing it off the same way Mr. Cook would show off a new iPhone or something, and to see it all scratched up and dinged up and almost like, I don't know, the toy almost looks prototypey or something. Like it's someone took a grinder.
And that's kind of counterintuitive for the whole like indestructible aspect of it, right? Because even in the unveiling, they like banged on the door with a sledgehammer to show that it wouldn't dent. And then to have the toy version basically look like out of the package, it's all scratched up. That's a little weird.
The broken window would be an excellent feature to add to it for when they accidentally smashed it with the baseball or whatever that was they threw at the window.
I think they may have included a sticker of a broken window with one of the 110 scale RCs.
Did
but
they?
It would be super funny if they did it on a 164 scale.
Customizers, where are you right now?
Here, I'm just holding the Cybertruck up to the light to show the interior, because the $1 version, interestingly, you know, of course, I guess, it has an interior, which is something that you don't get with the $20 RC version. I really would like to see the $5 premium version when that comes out one day. But thanks for watching Common Collected, and we'll see you in the next video.